apologies there, everybody. Unfortunately, my PlayStation decided to be a good time to just drop the Wi-Fi like a bad habit. We are currently trying to load back into the session. B23, would you be so kind to go ahead and just kind of give us more play-by-play as we load back into the session?
Absolutely. So, taking over where we are still got the same top three. Alex in the lead, but with a much smaller gap now to Illusion. It's 1.5 seconds, and it's going to get even trickier for Alex as he is now approaching lapped traffic, and he's getting dirty air through Sector 1 from this lap traffic in Fennec. They're in last place, and it is a 4.7 second gap from Illusion down to Nuco. And other than that, no real battles across the field, mostly just keeping an eye on P1 here as he does get past Fennec. And that does bring the gap down even more as now Illusion gets the benefit of the slipstream on the lapped car, whereas Alex got detriment of dirty air. So double benefit from Illusion as he is now in slipstream range on the main straight of the race leader. I don't think it'll be enough to close the gap yet, but he's getting closer within the next couple of laps. If he can keep this pace up, he'll probably be able to make a move for this win in due time here, as they're both using up their overtake as well to keep each other at bay. They're both just over a quarter of overtake left.
Indeed, we are currently back into the session. Do apologize about that. We're back here on track. And so, thank you for that recap. The gap to this lead has really shrunk down quite a bit, so it's really going to be a battle here. I'd probably say around lap 35, maybe we'll really see a strong battle for this win here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a really good effort from Alex, I must say, to keep this gap where it is, because when Illusion, he's like a shark. When he smells blood in the water, he attacks. He knows exactly when to push and when to put the pressure on the lead driver and when to use the overtake to close the gap and to make moves. He's very strategic with his deployment and doing a good job to save enough for when he does have to make a move as well. Not dumping it all just to close the gap, because it's not enough just to close the gap. You have to use it to make the pass as well, especially on a driver like Alex, who will have his elbows out by the time it comes to that.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, we know Alex does like to throw hands in racing. I mean, I saw earlier, like an almost exact verbatim quote is, he doesn't get elbows out, he gets whole fists out whenever he's driving, so he's going to make that car seem very, very wide. And we know Alex, he's aggressive. And, but yeah, coming up to lap traffic, although I don't think the lap traffic is really going to affect these two a whole lot, considering that they've already got through some of the laps cars, I believe. Yeah, they've got through a few of them already, so I'm trying to see which laps car is ahead.
I believe Ducky Dono.
Yeah, that is Ducky Dono.
Would be the next car.
So I mean, he's still a good ways away.
Straight between them.
So yeah, I don't think Illusion and Alex, especially if they start fighting here, like it's a UFC match, I really don't think that these two are gonna really catch up and have to get stuck by Ducky Dono.
And we can see ever slightly more tire wear function than the others in the top three here, probably just because he's pushing that little bit, seeing the race lead right in front of him. It does something to you psychologically. You push a little extra hard, whether it's good for you or not. I don't think it's gonna hurt him too much from doing so. I mean, the difference is very small, but it just is indicative of his mentality at this stage of the race, going for the win, as Alex is actually increasing the gap very slightly, but he is doing a great job and has very strong pace out in front in that clean air.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, he's doing what he needs to do to try to get this race win, to make it a 4th race winner in 4 races. I mean, technically we can still kind of keep that stat around if we keep the sprint, but I know Lucian, he's going to want this win. It's a track that he has historically been a bit on the struggle bus at, but it'll be really good for him to get the win. And I mean, even in this position, even if he doesn't get the win, finishing ahead of Nuko, his direct championship rival, is going to do wonders for his psyche. He's just going to feel so much better realizing that he's pulling away from Nuko, both on track and in the standings.
Absolutely, and that's a great point. You want to win the race every time you have a chance to, but winning the race is one thing today to win the race, but really his race over the course of the whole season is with Nuko, and so long as he finishes ahead of Nuko, he can consider this a win in the bigger picture.
Indeed. I mean, he's also coming off of a championship win, or at least a Constructors' Championship win in Formula GT. So he's really going to want to try to keep up that momentum and maybe try to go for the double, both the Constructors and the Drivers' Championship here in GPL. I mean, they're already several points ahead of their nearest contender in that team's battle, but it's only 5 points apart in the drivers between himself and Nuko.
Whiplash back in the pits again off of those mediums. Interesting. He'd probably go for the soft. I can pretty much guarantee it from here. But yeah, the EXO is always really strong, especially in Constructors Championships, and are the reigning Constructors Champions for this season, although they missed out on the drivers to Whiteout last season. But yeah, this season they're hoping to get both, and if the race does finish as it stands right now, what an incredible stat it would be, especially if we include the sprint with 5 different winners from 5 different teams in the first 5 races. And that's not common, especially in a league like this where there's historically been such dominance from the top few drivers, being Illusion, Nuko, Whiteout. They're always the top few guys. There's always other people who can get in the mix in the fight, but it's generally between those top few. So to see that here just shows how incredibly competitive this field is.
Indeed, and that's all the more reason for you guys to drop a like and subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't already. We are here every single week bringing you this really close, really competitive racing here. GPL is some of the best racing you'll ever see in the Super Formula category, and we're not even halfway through the season yet. We still got quite a few more races left to go after this. And next week we are back here for a sprint and feature race for our second category, SWT. I will once again be on the commentary box, and also B23 will be racing for Exa Rapide for the SWT category.
Absolutely, yeah. And SWT, even just from a spectator's standpoint, is going to be really exciting season as it's been unfolding in SWT, as EXO and KZN have been going back and forth with wins. It's looking like a tight championship battle there as well. Me being included in that championship battle, I'm particularly excited this to unfold, of course. And you guys are not going to miss this race here next week as well. It's going to be chaos, especially in that sprint race.
Indeed, yeah. Actually, oh, here we go. Whiplash on those brand new soft tires is going to go after Death Ghosted. We'll see if he can get the move done. There is a lapped car ahead of them, so this can be chaotic. As Whiplash does the fastest lap, he's going to go for it. He's got the move, but does Death have anything to say about it? No, he does not. Excellent move there from Whiplash. And that is simply lovely from the American driver.
Yeah, looking to pick up an extra point there, as he's also getting more purple sectors here, even despite a battle happening. And Ghosted had a really good run there into turn 1. Good grip, good exit, but the brand new soft tires are just way too grippy. You're not going to be able to answer back against those tires with the worn mediums from Ghosted, but a good effort nonetheless. as Whiplash sets another purple sector 2, only by about 100th of a second is he purple, but it's purple nonetheless. And if he can extend that fastest lap here, as he gets a tow too from a lapped car, that's going to help out a little bit as well. That's an extra point that's going to go to Foxhound Racing Group, the Foxhound Speed Group.
Oh, not quite the improvement.
Just misses out.
Oh, I thought there might have been a little bit of contact there between Whiplash and Ghosted. But looks like, or sorry, not Whiplash and Gomez, but I don't think there was. But that was very, very close. No. But he does get past that lap traffic.
I think a lag. So as the laps start to wind down in the final handful of laps here, Alex in the lead, actually increasing his gap almost up to 2 seconds now to Illusion. A very, very impressive pace from the German driver in that Porsche.
Indeed. I mean, he's had a lot of press in recent times, both good and bad. The spin alarm was a joke from the earlier stream, but I will say that he's had a really solid drive here today, and I don't think any of us really predicted that Alex would take a race win here. We all thought it was going to be Nuko for a race win here, because this is the trick that, what do we see here? Oh, he spun!
Crashed.
And Nuko's crashed too.
Whoa! Both with damage. Okay, I was going to say, so Illusion hits the wall, front wing damage, front left suspension damage. I was thinking that is race over. And then Nuko basically does the exact same thing just behind with identical damage. I don't know if it's identical severity of damage, but it is the same place of damage. I believe they hit the same wall even. I'm not sure. That's insane. So that basically guarantees the win for Alex. They just have to hope that Whiplash behind can't close this 10-second gap to these 2 and 3 driver here. Oh, Illusion. Oh, that's tough. Okay, so deciding not to carry the damage for the remaining 7 laps, he goes into the pits to get repaired. Probably going to put on the soft tire too. Okay, Nuko coming in behind him too, so at least it doesn't cost them anything relative to each other in the championship, but it's going to cost them big points overall in general. Oh, actually, Illusion gets out in P2 ahead of Whiplash still, but Whiplash gets ahead of Nuko. That's actually going to be critical for Nuko, as he loses out from that more so than Illusion does.
Yeah, indeed. Whiplash. So it looks like my podium might sort of come true.
Well,
I mean, yeah. Nuko's missing from that mix, but Whiplash is going to get a very strong result here if he can hold it. That's the big thing, is can he hold Nuko behind? I think to know is that Nuko did not change tires. He just repaired the damage, unlike his championship rival, who did fix the damage. Or who fixed the damage and swapped tires.
Yeah, so a bit more time in the pits, and he still doesn't lose out. No position loss, no nothing. And it's a good thing he did change tires, too, because there's a 5-second gap to Whiplash, who is the fastest driver field at the moment. But now that Illusion's on brand new softs with very low fuel, we may see that fastest lap change hands, although he doesn't have too much overtake to get it done. He would have to use it pretty sparingly. Although he might want to use it all for a fastest lap attempt, because he doesn't have to save it to try to close in on Alex anymore, as that has a sail at this point. He's not going to be fighting for the race win anymore.
Yeah, unfortunate there if you're one of the EXO Motorsports drivers or fans. Your driver is not going to get a win here today. He is still going to get a podium, very likely, unless he makes another mistake, but Alex has got a win here. It's pretty much all he's got to do is survive the next 5 laps, and he's got this race done and dusted. As he's about to come across the line now to start lap 44, and now there's officially only 5 laps left of this Grand Prix.
And Illusion with a purple sector 2 by 0.2 of a second despite not using any overtake. I believe he will have the fastest lap of the race, taking a point away from Whiplash and Foxhound in that Exo Aston Martin as it crosses the line. It's a personal best, but he loses about a 0.3 of a second there in the final sector. Not sure where, maybe the hairpin. He probably should have used that overtake in the final sector then if he wanted to secure that. He's using a little bit now, so maybe he wants that purple lap.
Oh, yep, he's got 1.73 up. Or 0.173, sorry.
And I do just want to mention how absolutely lucky Illusion is to run straight into a wall, take damage, and take an additional pit stop and not lose track position as a result, and still in P2. Super, super lucky stuff, as that is a race-ruining type of event.
Yeah, I mean, in the real world, we've seen so many drivers just retire from less. So, I mean, it was really, I mean, he had a shot of winning this race, but with him and his championship rival just smacking the wall as he is up by 0.6 of a second for the fastest lap. That's going to be in the hands of Illusion there and the EXO team. So they'll have at least something to smile about, as both of their drivers are currently in the points. But there's a gaggle of lapped cars up ahead. And actually that Alex is in the midst of. In between Aces and Ducadono. So we'll see what happens here.
There's still enough time for a catastrophic mistake to bring this race back to Illusion, but it will take a mistake or a car perhaps not following blue flag procedure correctly. It's going to take something wild to happen, but there is a chance, and we can see the pace difference right now is massive between Illusion on brand new softs and Alex on those worn mediums.
He's going to make the overtake.
From 16 down to 13.
Indeed. Yeah, Alex has made the overtake. He's got past the lap traffic, and he's got a clear track ahead of him for the final 3 laps of this race.
Yeah, that'll probably do it right there. That was the last thing that could have really interrupted his shot at the victory here, barring a mistake he makes all on his own, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a very good day here for Alex. He's definitely did everything he needed to. I mean, I know, like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of press about him that's mixed, but it's going to be nothing but positives for press here today, as Alex has put in a really good drive. He did not buckle under pressure from anyone, but now we're actually going to pivot just a few meters back to the battle between Ducadono and Flaring Aces. Ducadono goes a bit wide on corner exit on turn number 14, and now Flaring Aces is up a position in that Toyota. Good stuff there from Flaring Aces, the Welsh driver of GPL.
Yeah, that was a really good move there, and yeah, impressive stuff to make it stick as they're stretching out a lead already. There's Flaring Aces in that Toyota. Flaring Aces is a known entity, very consistent, good driver, as he's now setting personal bests. He also has brand new softs. He did crash not too long ago, maybe a couple of laps ago. I was informed that he had crashed and had to take a pit stop, which is why we're seeing him on these brand new soft tires. He's so pacey. So based on that, and Ducadono just crashes now too, as he has damage. Ducky really didn't have much of a chance holding off Aces with his worn mediums, especially now he has crashed himself. Wonder if he's going to carry this damage for the final 2 laps or take an extra pit stop. It's still late in the race now. I would probably just carry this damage to the final, to the finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got faster traffic behind. He's getting the blue flags. I mean, he's got 14 seconds between himself and Fennec, so I don't think it's really gonna change his position too much. in this race. I think it's going to be pretty much done and dusted. It will be the final lap for him, though, as Alex has started lap 48 out of 48. It has been an excellent drive here from the German. And once again, we have seen five races, including a sprint, 5 different drivers, 5 different teams, and also 5 different nationalities, I believe, as well. So, I know racing is an international sport, but you still do not see that often.
Definitely not. Very not common at all, and especially given that it's all been on merit too. Every one of these wins. Usually, when you see that many different race winners, there's something that happens, some chaos. And while there was a lot of chaos that happened, it was all happening behind Alex, as he stole the race lead right in the very beginning and maintained it for every single lap of this race. Comes home to take victory here in Switzerland. And what an impressive drive from the German in the Porsche. And now Porsche is really a force to be reckoned with in this Constructors' Championship too now.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, it was a very well-driven race there from Alex. I mean, like you said, definitely on merit. Very well-deserved victory here for Porsche and Alex. I know he's got to be extremely happy with that one. It hasn't been the easiest of seasons for Porsche. They're currently sitting in P3. Actually, they might jump Toyota. Now that I think about it, they might jump Toyota into standings. Based on I mean, I know Nuko is P4, but Boita is in P6 compared to Aces, who is in P9. So I think in the points tally, although I don't have the official numbers in front of me, I think Porsche might jump Toyota here. But that is the end of the race here, folks. And your winner is that man who's about to appear on your screens. It is Alex from Porsche Motorsports. Race winner here in Switzerland. What a drive from everybody involved. And here are your standings for this race here. In Deep Forest Racing, where we have Alex, followed by Illusion, Whiplash, completing the podium, Nuko, Ghosted, Boita, Ardebris, Yuki, and then Aces, Ducadono, Fennec, and Paco rounding out the rest of the grid, with Illusion getting the fastest lap of the race, being the only car to set a 1:09 here in the race. Excellent stuff from everybody involved, and I believe we actually have Alex in here for some interviews.
Yep, I'm here.
All right,
cool.
Alex.
And just to say, make sure that you have. Oh, bad echo. But make sure your voice set to allow to be shared.
Yeah. Where is that? Settings.
I believe it's in party settings.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, it's called voice chat settings.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so just make sure it's set to allow.
I think it's set to allow. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, well, the chat will let us know either way here.
Actually, I'll let you go ahead and lead off with the interviews, B23.
Sound good. Well, tell us just like how you did.
Just like how I did it.
Excellent. that was very much like the Ferrari moment with the water yesterday. That was perfect. But yeah, you took the lead from lap 1, and you had cars like Illusion and Nuko right behind you the entire race. Was that putting a lot of pressure on you? Was it changing how you were driving or thinking about the strategy at all?
I mean, it was putting pressure on me, that's for sure, and it made me drive faster than I thought I can. And the strategy, yeah, I saw Lucian pitting, and then I went for then I reacted to him and pitted the lap after. Even thought that was the actual plan what I wanted to do anyway, thankfully.
Excellent. Yeah, and it was a good thing that you did cover because the undercut turned out to be really strong. He took about 3 seconds out of your lead just from that one lap.
Yeah, two,
So
3
covering
seconds
him off there probably saved your lead.
Yeah. I think if he would have pitted a lap earlier, then I would have too pitted a lap earlier. I mean, like I said, I reacted to him, but it was also my plan to pit on that lap.
Excellent. I'm glad it worked out for you. And so it's a really big improvement going from all the lap one incidences and chaos and stuff to come back and actually win a race this season. Oh, that's very good on you. And now it looks like Porsche is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the Constructors' Championship. What do you see for Porsche for the rest of the season? Do you think you guys can compete for the championship?
Yeah, I probably think I can. I'm not sure about the other tracks. I mean, this track I think was really a track that fits me, or that fits at least my driving style. And I could just set up the car to have a very oversteery base. I mean, I really liked it. I don't know if you have seen that, but yeah, it was really oversteery and I liked it.
Yeah, I think Whiteout mentioned that you were running a very aggressive aero balance that basically minimum rear wing. Was that true?
Let me tell you, 1,453 and 1,614. Yeah, nearly min the rear. And nearly
nice, so that's risky. Risky, but very, very fast in the straights. Did you feel like you had sacrificed your cornering performance, or was it still pretty good?
I felt like actually on the straight I was quite slow. I mean, I was gaining in the corners at first. Yeah, but qualifying I didn't really think I sacrificed any pace for that. You know, I just made a setup so I'm quick in general.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it was never been a question about your pace. You've always been a fast driver. And much congratulations to you for this race. And we're looking forward to seeing you again next round. And Rekus, do you have any questions for our race winner?
All right, so talking about next round, this is actually officially the halfway part of the season. So how do you feel about Barcelona in 2 weeks' time? Are you feeling confident, or do you think it's going to be a track you're going to kind of struggle at?
I think I'm going to struggle at it. I mean, I might be able to have a bit of a tire advantage if I set up the car again like as oversteery as I have it here. I mean, because, you know, the front tires are suffering a lot on this track, like the front left. But yeah, I think definitely also from the qualifying for GPL, you know, or for WEC. I mean, there was already very slow, so I don't expect too much on this track. You definitely shouldn't expect a win from me there.
All right, I mean, you had a really excellent drive here today. I know you'll be looking to keep that momentum going forward. With 4 races left in the season, what is the track you're most looking forward to out of our 4 options coming up?
Can you tell me what tracks are left?
Let me pull up the schedule real quick. I just had it. Barcelona is the next immediate one.
Nah, next one.
And then it's Trial Mountain Reverse.
Maybe.
And then we have...
Not sure about that. I should test that before I can say anything about that.
And then we
Especially in reverse, I'm not sure. Yeah, so...
Then we have Tokyo Expressway, east counterclockwise, the most famous one for car meets, and massively known for that basically a mile and a half straight.
Oh yeah, I think Tokyo with the rain, the oversteer might be useful in the rain, so I think a win is possible. I will let that stay like that. Win is possible.
And then Interlagos is our season finale with a sprint.
Yeah, I mean, I like the track, and I think everyone likes it, but I have really no idea how competitive I'm and or Boita are gonna be on this track. Probably Boita's gonna be a bit more competitive. This is as it is home race. I think he's gonna practice for that a little bit more. But yeah, I really don't know. I haven't driven too much races on this track, to be fair, so I don't know if I'm strong on that track. So yeah, really
All
don't
right.
know.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here in the commentary box and just allowing us to chat with you for a bit about the race and then the rest of the season. Congratulations on a very well-deserved win, and just take a break and have fun. Celebrate this win.
I will.
All right there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time to wrap up the stream. But sorry about that, I had to sneeze, so I muted myself. But
Nice. I was wondering what happened there.
yeah, just some quick little allergies. But anyways, B23, how are you feeling about coming to this track next week?
Oh man, I'm really I'm equal parts excited and nervous, especially when you see all the stuff that could possibly happen to ruin a race so easily here. I'm going to do my best to try to mitigate all of those factors, but you never know. You just got to go out there and hope for the best, honestly, on a track like this. You know, qualifying really well is going to help a lot in that regard, so I'm going to try my best there. And for the remaining rounds, too, I reflect Alex's sentiment, too, as far as the remaining tracks. Although I like Barcelona, Trial Mountain reverse, I've never raced there in reverse, so I have no idea. But I'm especially excited for Tokyo in the rain. I'm feeling really good about the rain. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to not only next week, but the rest of the season as well. It's going to be wacky.
Indeed, yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to that Tokyo Expressway race. But yeah, so that is it from us here at Grand Prestige League for the World Elite Championship. My name is Patrick Coleman, aka Rekkas, and alongside me was B23. And we will be back next week when the Sprint World Tour comes to the Swiss Alps here at Deep Forest Raceway. Take care, everyone. Be sure to hydrate, or if it's late for you, go ahead and get some rest. And we will see you guys next week. Take care, everyone.